Welcome to the next LP from the RTK channel. I am Heavy Base X. Random DC is not with us, but we have Zakario Kami. And somewhere in the background is that evil little fuzzball. And today
we will be playing a game close to my heart and my childhood. A game that I really shouldn't have been playing too much as a child. But oh well. A game which is commonly mistaken for a hentai game. Day of the Tentacles.
Or Maniac Mansion 2, Day of the Tentacle. Which this technically is part of the series. We didn't cover the Day of the Tentacle Maniac Mansion because not only was it the very first Scum game, it's also very fucking hard, and I don't think I'll be able to run it on modern technology.
Not only that, but not many people know that game itself. In fact, this is actually considered the second best game outside of the Monkey Island series produced by Lucasarts.
Yeah, really popular. Oh, speaking of which, they are going to basically have a special edition. You could thank Tim Schafer for that. We are getting because Tim Schafer tends to have a lot of pull when it comes to the new owners of LucasArts, aka Disney.
Particularly after they decided to cut the remake they were making originally, and then decide, okay, we'll continue that remake because of the outcry.
Sure, why not?
Look, Hoagie,
so we got two or three playable characters. The one, the blonde, is Laverne, who is a science major, and Hoagie, who's the and she's a nurse as well, and Hoagie, who is a metalhead. And our returning character, the only one that was playable from the last one, because there were technically like 9 playable characters in that one. You could choose 3.
I think there was 5.
I'm pretty sure there was 9 in that game, and you had to pick 3. And Bernard was the only one to return. The other 8 buggers off. Don't know where, don't know how, but they have to make it simple. So, yeah.
And also the art style here is much better.
I thought I was free of Dr. Fred and those crazy
technically the first game was made like, what, early 80s?
Now, I know that I must go
not that bad, but I'm glad they actually gave it a revitalized 90s lift.
Which technically works here, because it's like... The intro here is from the early CD version. Technically, back then, DOS was the huge thing, but then they had the marvelous technology that was called with CD players, and you have CD-ROM technology.
Which I still actually have the original box that the CD case came in before it brand new.
Wow,
I'm not kidding. I still have the instruction manual that my dad kept in the attic, which I only discovered as of this summer.
Ah. The two people who are directors of this game. One is of Dave Grossman, who is the head, who left LucasArts when the purge happened and funded one of the best companies out there right now, Tentacles, which we will be covering that series in full detail when we're done with the LucasArts stuff. Because why the fuck not?
Well, we started, we might as well finish. Though I think there are a few LucasArts games we won't be touching, like the first, well, the game before this one we won't be touching.
No, that game's too fucking hard even for me.
No, not even. It's not just a case of that being too hard. It's a case of not many people know of it, and it's not really been that popular. Then also in Day of the Tentacles, you could actually play the first game as well.
You would have no idea what the heck is going on. Another game we'll be playing is, of course, there was a Zac Efron Mind Blowers. A bit too complicated for that one, and neither will The Last Crusade from Indiana Jones. Although technically this came out after Indiana Jones: The Fate of Atlantis came out, so we are going to be covering that at some point. When? Who knows? But at least we have another game in advance as well. So let's begin. Moving on to classic DOS feel, because classic DOS. You know early 90s stuff, PC stuff is good.
Double doors.
And at the time, this was revolutionary sprite work.
Yep, this will be the sort of stuff I can see James easily do if you wanted to. Not that I'm knocking on James's art style or anything.
He's holding the tentacles.
His art style is much better, more shaded, but
yeah.
In a game-wise, it was It worked quite well, really.
It works. It actually does work. So
I don't get to test the drum.
So you start off as Bernard, and you'll be like, we have to go find the tentacles in the secret lab. Question is, where's the basement?
Where's his secret lab?
The only two rooms that... Well, you could only really go into this room and the office, so your choices were pretty limited as to where you had to look.
And this is what we call the prologue, as it were, so... First items we picked up was the flyer. So here, each item has a default item, a single item to begin.
Each character has a default item that they have in their inventory.
George's hardware.
Yes, yes, of course.
George says that every
Bernard has a
vacuum
textbook.
in their basement.
Yogi has a can opener?
Lab assistant.
I believe so.
And Laverne has a scalpel.
Yeah, which actually would be helpful. Let's see. There's a help wanted sign. We have a flyer, and of course 10 pence, which is a dime for our American people. We have a
design, sturdy construction,
yeah, a classic 50s phone there.
All in all, a fine phone.
Pretty nice looking one. We has a.
I don't have time for idle chit chat now. I
now,
to do.
Throughout this game, you'll realize how much of a, I wouldn't say nerd, despite his look.
Gee, Dr. Fred doesn't have
Bernard
a
has. I would say he is more of a dork.
Yep.
Using the 90s term for it, because he's not smart.
It's a bottle of
in the slightest,
fluid.
but when it comes to certain things, he is just really on the money with it.
Always make sure they get your good side.
So we got a camera there, which is we're going to be taking. We're going to look where the camera is, and of course the Star Wars cameo because of Darth Vader.
If you look at it, it says 2006
Dr. Fred wearing a powdered wig.
4. So you could possibly equate it to May the 4th as another Star Wars joke, but I think... When did this game come out? I know it was out in the 90s.
I think it was 1991.
Spearmint, my
and yet they
favorite.
had 2006 on there.
It's stuck to the floor.
It's like they could see into the future.
Horticultural horror.
No, I'm stupid.
Nah. I'm actually going to quickly see if there's anything to do with Star Wars in 2006.
Anyway, so apart from the crappy films, yeah. As you can tell, if you look out the window, someone's breaking into a car, and there's fake barf as well. We're going to be picking that up a little bit later, but not right now, obviously. Because whilst car is looking, we are actually going to be taking a look at this grandfather clock, opening up, and we find the entrance to the basement.
This is all
easy. 2006 was the time of the re-release of the original trilogy.
Oh my good God, this game predicted that!
Vern, how'd you get upstairs?
Yeah.
My God!
Am I upstairs?
Well, it didn't come out on the 4th, I assume it's just around the date.
Had to be the year, Oh my God, it predicted the year it came out. Jesus Christ, this game is...
No, on the re-release of the original trilogy, that was literally on DVD.
Just a re-release? Okay. So basically, Hoagie Laverne discovers Dr. Fred and he finds out that Bernard, basically, the tentacles are in the basement and Bernard just set them free. It's going to. Weren't that stupid. Did you say Bernard?
Okay, you're free to go.
There's a problem with that one. You're free, Green Tentacle. He's okay. You're free, Purple Tentacle. He's evil. Also...
Yes, this is where it kind of enforces my point of Bernard being a dork.
Yeah. Now
now he remembers. Well done, genius.
Evil, isn't he?
I'll try to talk him out of it.
Yeah, you're not gonna do a goddamn thing, Green Tentacle.
This is like when you help out your friend whose older brother has turned into a complete arse and everyone else tells you to avoid them or to stop helping them, but you just can't help yourself.
Yeah, so this is basically Dr. Bernard's thinking. The only way to stop Purple Tentacle, and get this, this is how the game's going to work. Which is overreacting. You basically have to turn off the Sludge-O-Manic machine yesterday!
Isn't it a little late for that, Doctor?
You kind of ruined the punchline.
Right, I'll just shut up for a bit and he'll just do the punchline. Thanks, Dr. Fred! The time machine! God damn it, this game is so 90s!
Behold, children,
the Chronogon!
Look at the time machine. It's so 90s. They couldn't have a car or anything. I mean,
no, it's the fact that it's a Chronogon and the name and what they're particularly
Have any people ever been hurt in
yeah,
this thing?
and of course the diamond as well.
This is the first time
well, that's worrying.
Hey, Howard.
What?
I don't know why, but the professor reminds me of you.
Oh, I don't know.
Silly, incompetent.
He's not a ham. Well, not yet.
So wait. Tarasan is
Bernard,
a ham?
Dr. Tarasan is a
He's a ham?
This
large ham?
There's
There's a freaking TV tropes about it?
Always talking about.
God damn it, Kari.
What could it all mean?
Just saying.
I
Hey,
don't,
look,
You're a
look.
fucking ham.
I don't want to know.
Yes, I'm overreacting. Overreact.
Die.
We may not live
No.
to see yesterday.
No.
Dr. Fred wouldn't have done this if
Well,
it weren't safe.
This is where the
After all,
this is
he
where the
is
doubts
a
start to
doctor.
kick in.
It works! I can't believe it! And they said
imitation diamonds?
wasn't good enough.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I said, you are too poor to afford real diamond, Howard. Which is why you would never succeed as a scientist.
Up yours. Ooh, and Hoki actually takes the advantage of the situation by surfing down the timeline. And of course, Hoki lands 200 years into the past. And Laverne lands 200 years into an alternate future. And Bernard just lands, and basically Bernard goes back to the lab. This basically sets up our formula. After he gets waterlogged by time water.
Cheap mail order jewels.
Well, you could
What
just
happened
say
to
that
Hoki and
he
Laverne?
went in there.
I knew I should have bought a real diamond.
That
Are they
could
alive?
work.
My
Yeah.
dial says
So,
it's the
Hoagie's
largest
in the past,
specimen
as I
landed
mentioned,
200 years
and
in the
Laverne
past.
stuck in the
And the
future,
other
alternate
is stuck
future, might I add,
200
if
years
the
in the
purple
future.
tentacle keeps
Well, hurry
going
up and bring them back.
to take over the world.
I will.
And of course,
As soon as I
and of
get
course,
a
we
new
have to find out
diamond,
the real
then
plot
all
is
your
that
buddies
we
have
gotta
to
get
do is plug in
for
their
Bernard
respective
here. He has to get an
chromosomes
actual
Plug
diamond.
them in.
But not
Where is Hoagie
only that,
going to find an
like
electrical
he says,
outlet
he needs to
200
communicate with
years
those in the future and the past
Yes,
to help
well,
change the
he'll
events
be
of what is
needing my
going on to
patented
make the
super
present
battery then, won't he?
and actually
Now,
function
where
in
did I
their
put those
favour.
patented super
With
battery
interesting
plans of mine?
and hilarious
And how are we
outcomes,
going to get Hoagie
as you will
plans?
probably see later on.
Don't worry,
So the
me
first thing to
little
do is we have to find
boy.
plans for the super
Just
battery and
find
send
the
them to
plans.
Oogie.
They're in this
Because he
house
needs it.
somewhere.
Because as you mentioned, 200 years
Now
in the
what am I
past,
going to
no
do?
electricity.
I think I made
So here,
myself
so basically he
perfectly
sums it up
clear.
perfectly.
Step 1.
Step
Fine.
1, find walkthrough. Step
Step
2,
2,
read
Play
walkthrough.
world.
Step 3,
Step 3,
do it during a
get
recording
out of
for a
my house.
walkthrough.
Let's
Fuck
get
off.
cracking.
And
That
now,
is never gonna get old.
oh, it'll get old eventually. You know it'll get old.
Until next time, dear viewers.
Yep.
We'll be seeing you next time, hopefully with our co-host, Random DCE. Till then, goodbye.
Goodbye. God damn it, Fluffy. It worked out fine.